base hit. Bats waved around third. He'll score. Dodgers back in front.
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKinney. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get the dub, and they are division champs for the 10th time in 11 years. Your Dodgers, they proved the experts wrong. They wrote the Dodgers off, but the Dodgers didn't write back. This is a team that wasn't expected to win this division. This is a team that wasn't the trendy or sexy peak to win this division, but what did they do? They did it anyway. Still a lot of talent on this team, lots of rookies on this team, but they've managed, they've found a way to win at the end of the day. It's death taxes and the Dodgers winning the NL West. I don't want to hear anything about the Padres. Okay, they're the Murphy's Law of Major League Baseball. What can go wrong does go wrong, but this Dodgers team, they are a model of consistency, and that's what we've seen with this franchise. So kudos to this Dodgers organization. They already have the third longest postseason streak in Major League history behind the Braves, 14 seasons, and Yankees 13 seasons in the 90s and 2000s. So this team is up there with some of the most stable franchises that this sport has ever seen. Yes, we do want some more World Series titles. Yes, we're going to cross that bridge when we get there coming up here in a few weeks. But let's celebrate this win because this was supposed to be the transition year. I was told, I'm old enough to remember this being the transition year. What happened? This is supposed to be the year that they were putting all their eggs in the Ohtani basket. What happened? Look at this pitching rotation. They were decimated. You saw 16 starters this year. Only the Royals, only the A's, only the Reds have used more starting pitchers than this Dodgers team. But they found a way to win. And can we finally give some credit to Dave Roberts? Or are we just not going to give this to Dave Roberts? Because I've been told that, oh, Dave Roberts has the keys to a Bentley. Really? With all these injuries? Okay, with so many pitchers that they've missed, so many rookies. I mean, you said 47 starts by rookies this year. That's not anything that Dave Roberts has done right. You tell me, because I think this Dodgers team, I give him a lot of credit. But here we go. Do we need Ohtani? Let's go Dodgers from Victor Banos. By the way, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. We are so close to 70,000 subscribers. This is the #1 Dodgers online post-game show, the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel by a mile, by tons of miles. So, and the reason is because of you guys, and the more likes, the more subscribers, the more giveaways. And we got an authentic Mookie Betts giveaway that we are so close to giving away. If you are subscribed, you are eligible. And this is all about you guys. I'm the man of the fan. This is your show. I'm just hosting it. But we have so much to unpack in this one too. So many big takeaways, things that you need to know that happened in tonight's game, because I'm very excited about a potential combo start piggyback situation with a Clayton Kershaw and an Emmett Sheehan. Now, was the velocity down once again? Yes. Was he still under 90 miles per hour? He was. It felt like he was an engine tonight that was trying to turn over, wouldn't turn over. Finally, he started to get it going. We're going to talk about his start. We're going to talk about Emmett Sheehan, who's absolutely nasty. Emmett Sheehan is postseason ready. He has the kind of stuff, the ride and run on that fastball, working up in the zone, that's going to play up in the postseason. They need that, and I think what you see in Emmett Sheehan is someone that you can use in short burst situations, someone that you can see going 2-3 innings and coming in after a Clayton Kershaw, and you go from a lefty into a righty, change of speeds. It's going to keep opponents off balance. And I got my stat of the night, and my stat of the night is the Kershaw-Emmett Sheehan combination tonight. They combined to go 7 innings, allowed no runs, had 3 hits, 2 walks, 9 punch-outs. So you look at that, you beat him in the aggregate, right? So I love that idea. Kershaw, Emmett Sheehan tonight, 7 innings, 3 hits, 9 Ks, 2 walks, no runs. And yes, Kershaw's grinding. There's no doubt about it. There is no doubt about the fact that Clayton Kershaw needs to continue to make progress. And I think that what you're seeing out there, in my eyes, is the adjustment to this shoulder injury. And that adjustment is messing with his mechanics a little bit, and you're seeing that his velocity is a little bit compromised there. So it's going to be an adjustment. We'll see if he can get close to 91, 92. But the reality is Clayton Kershaw, He knows how to go out there and be effective without his best stuff. Better than any pitcher I've ever seen. I've been watching this sport for a long, long time, since I was basically age 0. So, look, I think that when we saw him Clayton Kershaw tonight, was it his best stuff? No, it was not. He ends up going 4 innings, 2 hits, but 4 strikeouts. 56 pitches for Clayton Kershaw. He was 10 for 15 on first pitch strikes, got 7 swinging strikes, and he did start to get it going. We're going to break down his entire outing. We're going to talk about Jason Heyward, who was phenomenal tonight. 4 for 5 for Jay Hay today. Just the absolute murder of baseball. Jason, do you know these baseballs have families? And for you to do that, just absolutely the destroyer of baseball. Tonight, 4 hits. 4 hits for Jason Heyward, a career-high 3 doubles, and the average exit velocity was over 105 miles per hour. So who's your Dodger dog of the game? Let's start there. Who's your Dodger dog of the game? And I know that I've been going on here, but we have a lot to unpack on this one because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good after a division win. I hear people out there, World Series or bust, World Series or bust. Stop that. Your team's not going to win the World Series every year. I mean, who do you think this is? Okay? It's not going to happen every year, right? I look at World Series as far as era or bust. The way I look at it is era or bust. Okay? You take the whole entire era and this entire run. We know they should have had one in 2017. The Astros cheated. I think 2020, it's not the Dodgers' fault that it was a COVID year and it was a shortened season. I still think that's legitimate. I think to truly crystallize this group, I call them the incomplete elite. And I think to truly make it elite, you get one other full World Series. And I think that totally crystallized everything that Mark Walter has built. But, yeah, I think this franchise, what they've been able to do, I mean, you're talking about a Guggenheim group that before they took over, they didn't make it to the postseason in consecutive seasons ever. That just didn't happen. And now we're talking about 11 straight postseason appearances by your Los Angeles Dodgers. That's the 3rd highest streak in baseball history. It's impressive what they've been able to do. But here we go. Let's jump to the comments, guys. Thanks for rocking with us here. Anthony Keene says, I'm not hating on the celebration, but I really want to see them on that 09 Western Conference Championship, Reno, Stone face, and ready for the next. Anthony Keene, I'm with you on that. Trust me, give me Kobe Bryant. Job not finished. Job not finished. What's there to be happy about? Did we win? Job's not finished. I'm all for that. But for one night, when you consider just how tumultuous, how trying this season was, when you look at a opening day rotation that you already lose Ryan Pepio, you lost Dustin May for the year, you lose Tony Gonsolin for the year, you lose Julio Urias, right? Clayton Kershaw, he's battling an injury all season. Walker Buehler doesn't come back. You don't make any big trades at the deadline for starting pitching. You do get Lance Lynn, who's been serviceable. He's done some good things. There's no doubt about that. But when you consider everything that this team has been through, it's impressive. And I think for one night, hey, let's pop bottles with your boys, right? I mean, come on now. We got D-Mac LA. What up, Brian Gax? The pissy Padres are crying in San Diego. The Fraudres, the Sadres, go back to work and do what you do. Go find some brand names and go spend big on some players. Hey, give me the Los Angeles Dodgers. They realize, they know that baseball, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to win every October. But what they do is they give these players, these managers, these coaches the resources they need to get their ticket to the dance. Hey, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, right? You're not going to be the prom king, right? But you can go and you're going to at least give it a shot. So I love what this team has been able to do, but Dave Roberts is the man. I love him. He's made mistakes, but overall, he's a huge for this team. By the way, you're here with you are now home with Dodgers Nation and Jim Beam, so please drink responsibly. And also, I'm looking for that Hornitos comment of the game, and that's my first one from Dar BBQ over on YouTube. Give Dave Roberts another extension from Victor Banos. Let's go from Carl. By the way, if I get any sus comments, you're going to see one of these.
Bruh.
Any burns, you guys know I love my trash talk. That's what I live for here. You're going to see one of these.
Finish him.
Finish him. A double fist shoey celebration from Nando 390. You know, I kind of would, but I'm not even wearing shoes. No, I'm just playing. But actually, I don't have any. I'll do one for you on Monday. How about I promise you get a shoey Monday, okay? A division shoey on Monday on the Blue Heaven podcast. Roberts Manager of the Year, NL West Champs. That's from Michael. I definitely think he's deserving. I think there's no question about that. We got Dave Roberts Manager of the Year, Doug for Prez. What up, Carlos, over on YouTube? We got Johnny Owen. Let me shout out all you guys folks who've been rocking with us. This has been a great journey. I want to thank you all for tuning into the show all year. Like I said, it's the #1 Dodgers online post-game show, #1 on YouTube podcast. So we really appreciate you guys and everything you've helped build, because really this show is all about you guys. And like I said, big giveaways coming soon, and it's just the more the merrier. We're really just getting started here. So it's all thanks to you guys. We appreciate you. We got Sean 626 Cali Dodgers all day. Roy Estrada, sports pundits. The Padres will win the World Series. Look. It's the Padres. Their trophy case is emptier than the toilet paper aisle during the beginning of the COVID. Right? That's how empty those shelves were, and that's just how it is. I mean, they have won nothing. Until they do, I'm not going to have confidence in that organization. For me, it was the depth on the margins, really up and down. I trust this Dodgers organization to try to enhance their roster. And look, the beauty of all this is yeah, we can talk division champs this, division champs that. It's great. I know you guys aren't going to go buy an NL West championship hat. I know you're not going to go out there and buy an NL West championship t-shirt. I understand that. I'm not going to buy one either. Do they even make those? Were they some fanatics? I have no idea. It's World Series championship or bust when it comes to copying the merch. But when you put things into perspective, you add some context, they won the division, which puts them in the best position to have success in the postseason, right? You do get that bye. Of course, the Braves, they're finishing with a better record, so we understand that. But not only did you win the division, you didn't go out there and make any signings last offseason. You didn't sign a Carlos Correa, who has one leg, right? You didn't go out there, sign a Dansby Swanson. You didn't make any of these big signings, so you still have that financial flexibility moving forward. And who'd you bring in? You brought in a Jason Heyward, who's been outstanding. Jason Heyward has been outstanding, and you have him on a league minimum. Still getting paid over $22 million from the Chicago Cubs to ball out with the Dodgers. Here's a number for you, another stat of the night. That is Jason Heyward, the Dodgers in 23, slashing 276, 353, 493, 21 doubles, 14 home runs, a 129 weighted runs created plus, and 332 plate appearances. Jason Heyward with the Cubs in 3 seasons, last 3 seasons, 2020 to 22, slashing 224, 309, 357, 26 doubles, 15 home runs, and 84 weighted runs created plus in 685 plate appearances. I mean, he is the feel-good story of the year. Jason Heyward revitalizing his career with his buddy Freddie Freeman, his BFF on the Dodgers, has been the feel-good story of the year for your Los Angeles Dodgers. And he was outstanding today, goes 4 for 5, hits 3 doubles, sets a new career high. He's been phenomenal. So you get Jason Heyward, then you get a JD Martinez on a 1-year $10 million deal. You get a David Peralta on a 1-year $6.5 million deal. So you win the division and you don't sign any of these albatross contracts that are going to impact what you do in the future. You still have the ability to go out there and make big signings this offseason. Hopefully you go out there and get a Shohei Ohtani. And then 2, you develop all of these rookies. I mean, how many rookies? James Outman, you found your center fielder for the future. Emmett Sheehan, you saw him tonight. He was explosive. He's going to be a dog for this organization. Bobby Miller, you fast-tracked your ace. You fast-tracked your ace. So moving forward next year, Bobby Miller is already going to be a frontline starter, either 1 or number 2. I think Walker Buehler probably gets that opening day start, but it could be Bobby Miller. He's your game 1 starter in the NLDS. If everyone stays healthy this year, you're not going to get that, right? So you fast-tracked your ace. So it's just a beautiful thing what this organization has been able to do. And we're going to break down this game because I have some thoughts on Clayton Kershaw starting. We'll get to that in a second. But Kershaw shirtless is he? Is he? Okay, I'm looking at the dugout right at the clubhouse right now. I see Sujo. She clearly has some champagne. She had a little champagne shower. We got she's a beast. I love the camera with the plastic bag over it. Who else we got? We got David Peralta. This is a fun group, man. You got to celebrate, man. You got to celebrate the good times, enjoy this, and then get back to work. This team knows that you can't go out like punks in the NLDS. They understand that. Trust me. I've talked to Max Muncy on numerous occasions, and he's basically told me just that. This team, they are very frustrated and just downright pissed about what happened to the DS last year. But here we go. Let me focus on your comments here for the next couple minutes, and we'll keep breaking on this game. But Carlos Varelde, shout out to Adrian, Mia, and Willie. Go Dodgers. Absolutely. This is a comment of the day. Any fire takes too? You can see one of these. Max Muncy got the rock and roll underway. That's from Mitchell Miller. Yeah, how about Max Muncy coming through in this one? He was fantastic late. Just a base hit, gets this team on top, and Yeah, this Dodgers team, they're special. I'm telling you, this team and Colton Wong, how about the Colton Wong, Chris Taylor, the Colton Wong, Chris Taylor revenge game, which is outstanding. So here, let's read your comments and we'll kind of break down this game here in a second, because really it was I think, a postseason-like atmosphere in this one. Definitely was a postseason-like atmosphere for tonight's game. And yeah, this team, they did a great job and they were able to finish the job here, doing a little scoreboard watching with that Cubs-Diamondbacks game. But yeah, your Dodgers, they pulled it out. But here we go. Who's your Dodge dog of the game? This is from Chris Taylor for Craig Osterberg. DKM says CT, Dodger dog of the game. Kershing from Gemini L. Gray. My dog is Sheehan. He was nasty. That's from Victor Banos. Emar says, we did it, D-Mac. This is a W. Yeah, that's definitely, there's a comment of the game. D-Mac World Series champion sports broadcast. Hey, thank you, NS. Appreciate you, my guy. Acuna's on steroids. Okay, breaking news. So it's just a joke, by the way. Muncie drove in the winning run. That's from Craig Osterberg. Camille Harris says NL West Division Dynasty. Get over it, y'all. Still choking in the playoffs. We got a troll here. Maybe we'll start the block party early. Migsy, 829 Dodgers, number 1. Let's go. That's from Migs. That's a fire tag. We got Machado better. Find a cooler to hit. We got $5. I appreciate you from Nintendo Deals. We the man. There we go. We got D-Mac. What up, Jenny Vega over there? Party in Norwalk, Ohio. D-Mac, my Dodge dog of the year. What up, Ron Fig? There you go. It's a Dodge dog for you.
Dodger dog of the game.
Braves to win the NL. We got some Braves fans in the mix. Hopefully we see you in the NLCS collision course. Thanks, Johnny Owen. Appreciate you. TV is on mute listening to Dodgers Nation. What up, Brian Paredes over there? Kyle Hurt, will he make the postseason roster? Richard, look, I've been talking to people for the past week, and I think when you look the way his stuff plays up, I think you saw Emmett Sheehan. That's the kind of stuff you need in the postseason. I think this year, one thing you need to take away from this game is, can you trust Alex Vezina? Alex Vezina has had success in the second half of the season. Alex Vezina has gotten his act together for the most part, but I think it's a situation where, his misses out of the plate, especially with that fastball in the zone, it's terrifying. It is terrifying to me. I just can't live with those misses, and I don't think this is a year where there's a lefty. I think Caleb Ferguson is definitely interesting. He's someone who I would like to see as a role, possibly as an opener, right, in a game maybe later in the series, DS or NLCS. But yeah, Alex Vezina, he's good, and then he's not, right? He's good, and then the wheels fall off. And he gives up that single to Rojas, forcing fastball up in the zone, gives up that single to Haggerty, forcing fastball in the zone, was able to strike out Crawford swinging with his slider down. But still, the misses to me are terrifying. But, yeah, we got some more Dodgers dog of the game for our guy Max Muncy. Yeah, you got to give Max Muncy a lot of credit there. Top of the 11th inning, and let's look at it right here. This is really that's my boy Emmett Sheehan, but top of the 11th inning, just excuse me, swing, runs on first and second. Mookie comes around to score, and that's really where it started. The Dodgers end up winning 6-2, improving to 90-57, but that's really the inning right there. Max Muncy gets the big hit, and he puts the Dodgers on top. And before that, Freeman, he had struck out swinging. Smith, he was intentionally walked. And then Muncy, great piece of hitting on an 0-2 count. He fouled off the first 2 pitches, then got a slider down and away. Just nice piece of hitting. Wasn't trying to do too much. 2-strike approach. He pokes it there in the left field, and it really starts that rally. And then Campbell comes in, and Rosario, he walks on 6 pitches. And then Chris Taylor, 1-1 count. He singles to left on a slider. Muncy scored. Smith scored. That made it 4-1 Dodgers. And then Jay Hay, he comes up next batter, 1-1 count. He singled to left. Taylor to second. Rosario to third. And then James Outman with the bases loaded. He strikes out on a slider down and in. And the next batter, Kike Hernandez, 2-2 count. He singles to right on a get-off-me ball in on his hand. Just kind of chops at it, goes for a single to right. And that put the Dodgers up 6-1. And that was all she wrote. Dodgers, they really exploded in that inning, go 5 runs on 4 hits. And then bottom of the 11th inning, Raleigh, he was saved at first on a fielding error there by Joe Kelly. And then Suarez, he struck out swinging. And then Canzoni struck out swinging. It was a wild pitch by Kelly. kind of bounced that slider there. They were able to plate another run to make it 6-2, but then Kelly got Kelenic to ground out to second. So that's how they wrap things up. And I think one thing that will probably get ignored in the top of the 10th was Kolten Wong. And Kolten Wong, you know, look, I mean, his first couple home runs, right? It was a 6-0 game. He breaks up a possible shutout for the Dodgers, but I think you look at that I had it here as like, I do the play that decided the game, the inning that decided the game, and look at that top of the 10th inning where it was 0-0 there, and Taylor, he reached on an infield single to third, just a bleeder right down the third baseline, hit it right on the ground, and a little bit of a miss hit. Almost feel like a swinging bunt there. That gave the Dodgers runners on the corners. And then infield in, Heyward, he hits a fly ball to right, and Rosario, he doesn't challenge him. The throw was high and wide at third base. Rosario didn't go home despite his speed. The throw was really 15 feet up the third baseline. Kelenic was also running in, so he had the advantage of making a better throw. They decide not to send him in that situation. I think if the Dodgers lose this game, we might be talking about Dino Ebel and not sending him there, but still I think you don't want to give up the out potential. You got the runner on third. You're just kind of trying to hold serve there and trying to get a run across, and then you got James Alvin with runners in the corner. He gets hit on the elbow right there. He definitely did. They reviewed it. It looked like possibly they're going to review it. It was not going to go his way. But then Wong pinch hitting for Rojas. Good job by Dave Roberts. A great pull right there. 0-2 pitch. Great. I mean, just a great at-bat there by Wong. 0-2 pitch. He goes down 2 swinging strikes on cutters, and then he fouls off a cutter. Then he takes a ball, changeup away, and then fouls off another cutter in the zone. Then he takes a changeup for a ball on the outside. Then 7th pitch of the at-bat, he hits a cutter to right, and that's deep enough. It was Wong enough to score Rosario, and then that made it 1-0 Dodgers. So a great job by Kolten Wong in that situation to put the ball in play, but not just put the ball in play, but to keep it in the air and not keep it on the ground. So that is kind of my unsung Dodgers play of the game, is Kolten Wong coming up in that situation and keeping the ball elevated, not hitting into a double play. I thought it was a great job by Kolten Wong, who we'll see. I mean, could keep things interesting. You don't have a permanent postseason roster, right? You can always bring him in later in series. So I think things are definitely trending in the right direction. What do you think? Let me ask you guys. I'm going right to the comments here. What do you think the Dodgers should do with Kolten Wong in the postseason? We got 199 Tampon Fund. Okay. Kersh and a bunch of rookies. Let's go. D-Mac, what about the Dodgers from Bonnie Alvalar, John Baez, Acuna Betts? Really? Acuna Betts? Look, I'm glad you're here. It's fun. Let me just roast you a little bit. Acuna is going to win an award simply because they made it easier to steal bases. They put pizza box bases. They have engagement rules. The reality is, if the rules this year were like the rules last year and they didn't make those changes, Ronald Acuna Jr. would not win the MVP. I think I got to put an asterisk by that MVP, okay? Because the reality is, Mookie Betts has had a better season. Mookie Betts has been more productive than Ronald Acuna Jr. There's no doubt about it. And you add the fact that this is someone who was able to adjust, play second base, and allow the Dodgers to have a Jason Heyward play right field, to have a Peralta play left, and have Heyward in center. And to have Outman in center. That really is their best lineup. So don't come at me with Acuna better than Betts. Hey, Mookie Betts is going to make the Hall of Fame. Acuna has Betts beating batting average, so what? On-base percentage, whatever. Runs scored. But Betts is ahead of Acuna in slugging percentage, OPS, way runs created plus, RWAR, RBI. So look, to me, I have an asterisk. The A in Acuna stands for asterisk. I truly believe that, because to me, if they did not make those rule changes this year, he would not be MVP. Don't get me wrong. Stolen bases, they're impressive. They're just not as impressive this year, because if he had this amount of stolen bases last year with the old rules, I'd be more impressed. But Mookie Betts is going to get robbed, just like Matt Kemp was robbed, just like Clayton Kershaw was robbed by R.A. Dickey, right? Just like he was robbed, right? So to me, I think there's no question about that. But hey, we'll see about that. Not sure about Vezina this year. Kyle Hurt or nothing. Look, Kyle Hurt has the perfect name for a Dodgers pitcher because he's always hurt. Okay, I'll give myself a bra that one, and I'll show myself out. Machado beating a water cooler right now. Here we go. We got Cry More Nas cringe. Nas equals a Fraudre fan. Nas, LOL, good luck getting look, Nas, it is way past your bedtime, and I know you're in your mama's basement right now with your SpongeBob little blankie or whatever you got, but I'm telling you, your mom's going to hear you, and you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to get grounded, and you're not even going to be able to watch the playoffs, okay? We got Wong, Muncy, Taylor, Mariners. We got All You Have, 1DS, Lil Nas X, Let's Go Dodgers. Believing in a year that's been so improbable, the impossible has happened. That's from Ruben. Born Blue, Bleed Blue, Blue, Dodger Blue. Support team. Thanks, Jenny Vega. Appreciate you. We got Nas Ring here, Madres. Okay, let's see more here. Don't make the Wong move. Okay, that's right, Yak. Preach it. What up, Michael? We got Mookie, greater than sign Acuna Jr. Smash, I like him. Thanks, DCam. Appreciate you always rocking this all year long. Nothing Wong with Wong. Mookie was MVP for Mitch. There it is. Good night. We got Wong is in for me. Not sure who's out. Possibly Peralta. Peralta's really struggled over the last couple of weeks, but it's interesting. I mean, not even just the last couple of weeks. Last couple of months, David Peralta has struggled. And tonight, let's take a look at the box score. We'll run down the box score, and then we'll kind of start getting down to the granular, the nitty-gritty in this one. Mookie goes 1 for 6. Freddie goes 1 for 4. Smith 0 for 4. Muncy 1 for 5. He had the go-ahead single there late in the game. JD goes 0 for 4. Rosario, just the pinch runner there, scored the 2 runs in the DH spot. Peralta goes 0 for 2. Taylor 2 for 3. Heyward 4 for 5. Had 3 doubles. Altman 0 for 4. Rojas 0 for 3. Wong, the sac fly, and then Kike, he goes 1 for 1. The Dodgers end up going 10 for 41, and they go 5 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. So all in all, this Dodgers team, they performed well late. Felt like a postseason game, but really now let's talk about Clayton Kershaw, because like I said, my stat of the game, what makes let's do the run down the list of everything you need to know. First thing you need to know is Clayton Kershaw is still grinding. That's just the reality. Clayton Kershaw is still not looking like himself at the moment, and that was evidenced early on because the command just was not there. I mean, like I always say, if you want to be the man, you have to have the command. The command just was not there early on for Clayton Edward Kershaw. And if you look at how he came out bottom of the first inning, he walks Crawford on 5 pitches. Then J-Rod, he grounds into a fielder's choice for the first out. And if you look at that pitch to J-Rod, by the way, I was talking to Adrian Gonzalez a few days ago. I asked him, I said, hey, Adrian, who is your favorite player to watch right now in Major League Baseball? Any player on any team. It could include the Dodgers. He said Julio Rodriguez. And that pitch right there, 88-mile-per-hour fastball in the zone, kind of got away with one there. He was lucky that didn't go for a home run or anything like that, but he comes back and he walks Hernandez on 7 pitches, and then 2-2 pitch, he strikes out Raleigh looking, 89-mile-per-hour fastball on the corner, and he gets Suarez to ground into a fielder's choice. So thankfully, limited to the damage in that one, and he comes back bottom of the second inning. France gets a leadoff single on a curveball. Kelenic, he flies to right for the first out. Then Moore struck out swinging. That was a really nice pitch. He strikes out Moore, fell behind the count 3-0, 3 straight misses with the slider, and then 2 four-seam fastballs. He got him looking to load the count, then a slider down and in for strike 3. So a really nice job there to get him swinging, get that confidence up. The slider had much better bite. Like I said earlier in the show, it felt like he was trying to rev that engine, and the engine just wasn't turning over. And you started to see it turn over a little bit there in the bottom of the second inning. He comes back, 1-2 count. He strikes out Haggerty looking with a four-seam fastball on the corner. So another really nicely executed pitch. And then bottom of the third inning, Crawford grounded to first for the first out. Then first pitch to J-Rod. He hits a double. Fastball up in the zone. Not the worst pitch in the world, but still great hitter. And then J-Rod gets caught stealing third. So that was a big play to try to keep things at a minimum as far as the inning in the game, really not getting away from Kershaw. Like I said, just did not have his best stuff. And then he gets Hernandez to ground to third. So all that, you give up the double there with one out. And it was really big to get that out and get out of that inning unscathed, because that inning looked like it could have gone south for Clayton Kershaw on that one, but he was able to get out of that on just one hit. And then he comes back out there, bottom of the fourth inning, and he goes 1-2-3. He gets Raleigh to fly to center. Suarez, he struck him out swinging. Nice slider at the bottom of the zone. So he was starting to groove. He was getting better as the game progressed. And that tends to be the case with Clayton Kershaw. He starts to warm up and he starts to execute pitches, gets the feel for that slider. Didn't attempt too many curveballs tonight, but we saw some in this at bat. And then he gets France to line out. So all in all, Kersh, like I said, you have to just kind of factor in, I guess it was good, right? I mean, the fact that gave up no runs. I mean, went 4 innings, allowed no runs, gave those 2 hits, had the double to Julio Rodriguez, 4 strikeouts through 56 pitches. And I think he could have gone out there for the 5th. He had a long conversation with Dave Roberts. And one thing I think you can take away from this game, one thing you can deduce is that he is in lockstep with Dave Roberts, and they're in lockstep together as an organization as far as the plan. And what did I say? My stat of the night is the combined line. You look at 4 innings, okay, but how about, what if I told you 7 innings, no runs, 9 Ks, 2 walks on 3 hits? That was the combined line with a little piggyback action, piggyback roll with Emmett Sheehan coming in for Clayton Kershaw. And we're going to talk about Emmett Sheehan too. I want to break that down a little bit. But we got to throw out those grades. Give me your grade for Clayton Edward Kershaw. I think we got to give you his velocity numbers as far as his pitch mix goes. And Kersh tonight, you want to see where that velocity was, because his last start, 88 miles per hour was the lowest it had been. A little over 80. It was 88.3, lowest it's been since 2018. Tonight, his velocity was still down on that 4-seam fastball. It was down 2.2 miles per hour. He averaged 88.7, so it was up slightly. But, yeah, I mean, with that slider, the velocity on the slider was down 2. Velocity on the curveball and changeup, it was down 2. Didn't see a ton of curveballs. 46% slider, 36% 4-seam, 16% curveball, 2% changeup. And the spin was down 2 across the board. So, look, the reality is he's adjusting with the delivery because of the shoulder injury, and I think that's what's causing the velocity dip. I think that he's going to have to adjust to that, and there's really no way around it. If you look at his numbers tonight, he gave up no runs. The expected numbers weren't too terrible. He had a 357 expected FIP. The FIP was at 4. So, yeah, I think tonight, the expected FIP was at 359. So, yeah, give me a grade for Clayton Kershaw. And I want to talk, I'm really excited to talk about is Mr. Emmett Sheehan. So here we go. Dodgers are goated for Mr. L. That's a fire take. Ricky Henderson would have 200 steals with the new rules. That's a fire take. Absolutely. Flat, come talk to me. Address. We had D-Mac. Happy Saturday. Thanks, Jenny Vega. Happy Saturday right back at you. I didn't know we were going to church and hear Father D-Mac preach. Pass the collection plate around, brothers. Hey, that's a comment of the night. I'll give you a finisher for that, too.
You win. Perfect.
Cooney is great at stealing bases, but Mookie is great at stealing runs as a Gold Glove right fielder and second baseman. That's a fantastic point. It's another fire take. And how about this? What I always say is this. You can't steal first base, right? You can't steal first base. The reality is Mookie Betts is outstanding. Bruh, D-Mac, sorry. It's Saturday. Have some fun. D-Mac spits some fire to Nods. Yeah. Wong for Rio Mon. D-Mac made Nods cry. LOL. We got Nods can use his MVP doesn't win championships. Mookie rather win the World Series. Yeah, you said it best, Carl. You hit that nail right on the head. And that's exactly what you want to do. It's the most important thing. Ryan Mullen says, what up, Doug? Ryan O'Ryan here. NL West champs. Ops, great times, man. Keep 10th NL West championship in the last 11 seasons. That's what I'm talking about. We got Jay Bullitt in the house. We got, why has John Boy been nut hugging the Padres for months? Look, the reality is all these, they're sick of the Dodgers, man. They're looking for a new narrative. I mean, I feel like people are bored with the fact that Dodgers win every single year. Dead taxes and the Dodgers win the NL West. You have fun players like Tatis and Soto and Machado and Xander Bogaerts, they're going to look great on a banana boat in Cancun because they're 1-2-3 Cancun, right? So good times. Mookie is Acuna's daddy. That's from Michael. Max Muncy just got the MLB record for fewest hits, 91 hits in a season with 100 RBI. That's a great stat there from Kiro_Van again. That's interesting. I mean, that's kind of what he does. You want the dub, got a slug, right? He does just that. So, hey, D-Mac, is this division championship deserving of a shoey? We're going to rock a shoey on Friday. I'm in my on Monday's show, I'm in my home studio right now, which is pretty lit for sure. But I don't have the. I don't have to. So you want me to shoot it with Arrowhead water here? So I got you guys on Monday. I promise you. I'll do like a special shoot. I'll cook something up for you guys, a little different. How good of a chance do we stand to sign Snell? I think. Look, it depends really on how things shake out. I think the Dodgers are going to be the market for starting pitching. I think Snell's value is as high as it's ever been, especially with the fact that Julio Urias will not be pitching next year, most likely. I mean, 99.99% chance, right? I mean, I think. With the Dodgers, look, I think they don't love to overspend or get in a bidding war, and they're not going to get in a bidding war for Blake Snell. They do need a lefty to make sense, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like the best fit for LA because he's due for some regression. A lot of things have gone his way this year. He's 30. They don't love to pay for pitchers north of 30 unless they feel like they're truly elite. So I would say probably like around less than 25%. But I think you'll see the Dodgers linked to him. We got, thanks, Jenny. 49ers, great inside Lambs, Johnny Blaze, Acuna, great inside Wards. You don't have to hit 90 to get outs, Carl Summer. Yeah, you said it best. I mean, no one is better at pitching without his A stuff than Clayton Kershaw. He has mastered the art of being effective without having his best stuff. For him, it's about hitting his spots, though. And today, like I said, the out at the beginning of the game, the first inning out, that was an 88-mile-per-hour fastball to Julio Rodriguez, and he missed his spot. So they're going to punish that mistake at some point, and he's got to keep it down. I mean, live low, live long, right? In the words of the great Dontrell Willis. But I do think the fact that he was out there, it's clear that he's going to be a part of this plan. I think, look, if you go out there and give you 4 innings and you bring in Emmett Sheehan, we're going to talk about right now, I think you'd feel good about this. I mean, I think Emmett Sheehan has star quality stuff. I've talked to scouts at the minor league level. I've talked to people that follow that team closely, and they were telling me for a long time that Emmett Sheehan has the best fastball, the most explosive fastball, not just at the AAA level, in the organization. That is what I was told, and you saw that on display tonight. I mean, hey, let's check out some Emmett Sheehan. Emmett Sheehan's the man. Look at that. Moves more than a military family. Look at that. Up in the zone. 4-seam fastball. More run than a marathon. Look at that. Just dominating fastball. Explosive stuff. I mean, this guy is serious. This guy is serious, nasty stuff. This guy's the real deal, Holyfield. And he comes in there in the 5th inning, 1-2-3 inning. I mean, he was outstanding. You saw the strikeout in that inning on Haggerty, changeup bottom of the zone, had some nice run to it, not just a complete tumbling changeup there, but he has that in his bag. Then 6th inning, this guy was ridiculous. I mean, you saw that 6th inning, 4-seam fastball, punching out Crawford. He punches out Rodriguez. And you saw Rodriguez, too, by the way. 1-1 pitch. He gets with a 4-seam fastball up and away, and the rise on that pitch had that Walker Buehler-esque perceived rise on that pitch, the spin, the explosiveness, and you saw J-Rod just shake his head, kind of nodding, giving some respect to Emmett Sheehan because of how nasty that pitch was. I mean, nastier than a snot rocket from a toddler. I mean, then he gets Hernandez swing on a changeup bottom of the zone. I think the key for him, continue to develop that slider. You don't want to be a two-pitch pony, right? You don't want to be a two-pitch pony. You want to be someone who's got that third pitch and continue to develop that slider because like we see with Pepe, I think in his last start, once teams start to game plan, and for you, I think you're going to see them sitting on pitches, especially the change of a fastball. So that slider is going to be key to his success. And then back out there in the bottom of the 2nd, he gave that single to France in that inning, kind of let that 4-seam fastball a little up, not even the worst pitch, but you even saw some ground outs. I mean, Tarali, soft contact. You saw him punch out Suarez with the slider down the zone. So I think what he did at a high level tonight for Emmett Sheehan was really working down the zone and avoiding the heart of the plate, because we've seen him get into trouble, and that usually comes when he's missing right down Broadway, missing middle in some of those first and third quadrants. So really did a nice job tonight. Let me ask you that question. How high are you guys on Emmett Sheehan? Because I was very, very impressed with his outing. But here we go. We got my Padres will always be a little brother from Michael Rain. I don't even think they're a little brother. I feel like they're like an adopted something removed cousin. I mean, to me, I don't even consider them little brother. We're not related to us. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, to me, that Padres team, what have they won? They won last year. Fine, cool. You didn't win it all. But I think that you look at the history of this Dodgers franchise. We're talking about a franchise that's been around for a long, long time. And yeah, we got down below in the comment. I'm more focused on rivalries like the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Giants, kind of the traditional foes, not some Clippers of baseball type stuff. But Dodgers will lose in the second round. They won't even meet the Braves in the playoffs. So I'm not even going to correct you on that. I think you should do your own homework, because yeah, I'm not going to correct you on that. You got to just do your own homework, because what you said was just incorrect. Mr. Seabat, Braves, that's from Blair McBride, by the way. Braves will lose some confidence, while the Dodgers might gain or lose some as well. Braves going to get smoked by the Phillies anyway. Hey, Deja, I would not be surprised or shocked. It's baseball, okay? Anything can happen. We got a C. Here's the grades for Kersh tonight. Camille Harris, Clayton B-, Kersh equals C. Sticking with the topic, go Dodgers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, D-Mac, can we get a oh yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah. From Timeless. So we got only Dodgers homers think the MVP race isn't closed. Johnny Blaze, look at the numbers. I mean, he's been there. Here's a fact. Here's a fact for you. Mookie Betts has produced more offensively, WAR, WRC plus, all these statistics that really matters when it comes to teams signing players and what these GMs and presidents of baseball operation actually look at when it comes to giving these people actual money, right? Mookie's been the better player. There's no denying that. It's undeniable that he's been a better player offensively than Ron Acuna Jr. That's just a fact. But we got Padres Williamsport Champs 2024. That's a finish him.
Finish him.
We got Ray Barrios, 88.7. That's around how hard Fernando threw. Johnny Buys, only Braves homers are in. Wow. Too much. That's a bruh.
Bruh.
I like that. Mr. Mark D-Mac needs a shot of Jim Beam. Drink responsibly. Anthony Keene says A+ for Kersh. Can't give him less when he gave up no runs, even with the lower velo. Anthony Keene, like I said, he was grinding out there, and I agree with you. I think for me, I'll give him an A, because he was doing the best with what he had, right? What he was working with. I mean, you try to rev that engine so many times, you're going to blow up a piston, right? That's just inevitable. So I think he was pacing himself properly. So I give him a lot of credit for going out there and battling. No run support, so give him a lot of credit. Sheehan looks better as a reliever, to be honest. Yeah, Kianoa, I think so too. I think that especially at this stage of his career, right, the rookie season coming up here, and he was goes up from Double-A, really thrusted into this role. I think what he's done has been impressive, and I think that coming out of the bullpen in this situation, especially towards that part of the game when it's really those deciding innings, I think it's going to play up. I think starting a game he could have success too, but peep the Colorado football game. Did Prime lose? Did they lose? I mean, they were a 23.5-point favorite. And they talked a big game. Colorado State would be pretty wild if they won that. Did they? Colorado's up. That's insane in overtime. Man, that is awesome. I'm going to watch that game in its entirety after this. We got the Braves who Kershaw A+. Smash that like button, BC. Yeah, I agree with all this. Our pitches are smashed from Cesar. My man, James. Good night, guys. BBQ Dodgers and beers. D-Mac for tomorrow's game. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. We'll be around. J-Dev, D-Mac is smoking all the haters tonight. Fired takes. Drinking Michelada for me. Thank you for Austin Lime. D-Mac, this feels like the 1988 World Series team. That's from Doom_Sal. Hey, D-Mac, we got another guy, G. How about... Colorado, yeah, awesome. Go Dodgers, party on. Prime's keeping the receipts. Yeah, I'm keeping these receipts longer than CVS for the Dodgers. But, yeah, broke down this whole game. Kind of some other notes wanted to point out. I mean, give Ryan Brazier a lot of credit today. I thought he was fantastic. I mean, he's an absolute dog. He's a grown man. He's the man in the room, right? I mean, he's someone who was outstanding out there. He comes in there. He gets Rodriguez swinging on a 9-pitch at-bat, 4-seam fastball up in the zone. He strikes out Hernandez there in the swinging there with runners on first and second to get out of a jam there in the 8th inning. So really great job after Vesia get him those 2 hits. And then bottom of the 9th, got to give Brusar Gradall some credit. He goes 1-2-3. I thought the strikeout to Raleigh on that slider was pretty nasty. And then bottom of the 8th was pretty interesting. Not the greatest start there, not the greatest appearance there for Evan Phillips, but still, it's the Manfred man, the ghost runner. I don't love it. The single to 4 that he gave up that tied at 1, it was a cutter that caught too much of the plate. So want to see a little sharper cutter and sweeper action. The double to Crawford was actually a sweeper that he left a little up, and then he was able to get Hernandez to ground out with that sweeper, so he still got the job done. But, yeah, then we talked about the 11th and the bottom of the 11th. So, yeah, Dodgers get the dub. So we broke down the entire game. You guys are division champs. We back at it again tomorrow. Still got a lot to play for. You have to figure out this rotation, figure out these relievers, and get these guys in a great position so they can hit in the postseason. But thanks again for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. If you have not yet, leave a like for your NL West champs. This Dodgers team proving the experts wrong this year. The Padres, they're going to be in Cancun. Dodgers, they're in the postseason once again, 11th year in a row. But thanks again, guys. As always, my name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.